I just want to thank you guys for the overwhelming support on the last video because it was a lot, and it really meant a lot to me. Thank you guys so much. I did not expect to receive that many comments, but they were truly inspiring, so it's time we do a follow-up. About a day later after the first video I posted, I ended up getting a little sick, and that was really frustrating. So I slowed things down, I spent some time resting, but amidst my suffering, I did get some things done, so let's show you what I was working on. This little bastard here is named Muncher, or for now at least, that's just the nickname I gave him, but he was the first piece of new content I started working on, and I think he looks pretty cool. So you can see he's waddling around, he's got a little machine gun, he's got a big jaw that clanks around, and of course, he's got the stubby little legs. If you've seen or played the game, you'll probably notice that this guy looks kinda similar to these dudes right here. Which, in lore, they're probably related or something, so I'll just call them Row Bros. I'm thinking this guy will probably start spawning in once you get into the later game. He's a bit taller than most enemies, and I think that'll be a dead giveaway to show his power level. Cool stuff. Now, something that I hadn't realized until now, which was really quite silly, is that there are literally 0 other vehicles on the road. How did I release my game like this? Well, honestly, it's because I was having such a hard time drawing other vehicles that I just didn't want to bother with it anymore. I'm not a great artist. Despite my troubles of drawing vehicles and pretty much everything, I just went with it anyways. I thought of an enemy vehicle that would be very dynamic, and that vehicle is a transport truck. It's a wicked sick idea because I could put different types of enemies in the back of the transport truck and they can throw or shoot whatever random projectiles or objects. It's very, very dynamic, and I think this is going to work very well. Every time I play the game, I always know when to expect the loot, and to me, there's not a whole lot of randomization, and it gets kind of boring. So I want to try and come up with some more ways to get loot throughout the runs. The first idea that struck me was immediately put to work. I created a spinner of doom. Spinning the wheel gives a player a 50% chance of either winning or losing. Winning the spinner grants the player a random item. Pretty dope. But losing gets you nothing but grief because you just wasted your shards and you probably just screwed yourself over. Now this new feature is still, it's a rough idea. I don't exactly know. I don't know when it's going to show up in the level, how much it'll cost to actually spin the wheel during gameplay. Now, just when I thought creating vehicles was a pain in the ass, I went right back to it. Wouldn't it be cool if some enemies could, I don't know, control helicopters and shoot missiles at you or jump off the helicopter to try and attack you? Well, in theory, that sounds super damn cool. But just how difficult might that be for the player to actually survive? I don't know. Not to mention how hard that's probably going to be to create, like, in the game. Well, we'll see what happens. I spent some time drawing out a very basic looking helicopter, and it surprisingly didn't turn out too bad. I don't think I finished drawing it in this clip, but here's a little GIF of what it looks like. I don't want to say it's done yet because, I mean, I could obviously improve it a bit more, but this is what I got so far. Now, as of right now, as I'm recording this, I didn't program anything at all yet because I don't even know where I'm going to start with this one, but I think it'll become real. I finally convinced myself that the snow level needs a huge overhaul. I did already plan on refining like a ton of the other levels that already exist, but I just had to start with this one because I was so sick and tired of seeing this white background. It was driving me nuts. So I first started with some cool looking mountains in the distance. I turned the skies into a darker blue to give off a cold and night dark vibe, I don't know. And then I added some snow on the road because, you know, it's snowy. And pretty much everything just turned blue. And of course, I'm not going to call this finished quite yet because I don't know if I like the foreground a whole lot. It doesn't really look right, and I think I might have to change it. And that's pretty much going to wrap up everything I did in the last week and a half or so. Didn't really do a whole lot. I did work on some secret stuff that I don't want to show just yet because, you know, I want to keep some surprises. But other than that, I mean, a lot of the stuff is still a work in progress, and there's tons more to come, so stay tuned. Take care, guys, and please check out the game on Steam. Wishlist it, maybe buy it, who knows? There's so much more to come. Thanks for watching.